going on, guys? My name is Avenir, and today I just wanted to do a little bit of an anticipation video just to kind of discuss what I think might happen, what probably will happen, and maybe something that I don't think is going to happen. That's just basically what we're going to go with. This is on the new character that's been released to Grand Chase, and the name is Asin. So yesterday, we had the announcement that Asin is definitely going to be coming out on the 30th. This was as predicted. The only reason why it's a week off from the original date that I had predicted prior to this is because they let Lei come out a little bit early, and that was fine. They let Lei come out early. That's okay. If they wanted Lei to come out early, then okay. But either way, and I'm going to say this with full entitled disrespect, that dungeon where the Gorgos Queen, or whatever it was that came out, the Red Gorgos dungeon thing that they came out, the event one for Lei, was hot garbage. It was super easy to complete. There weren't very many good rewards that you could reap from it. No benefits really that you could reap from it. So honestly, I didn't really care too much for it. So I really didn't do it, like, at all, actually, when it came out. Alright, so the Sin. Of course, right now we have just the two jobs. The first one is the base class, which is Disciple, and the second one is Mugen, which is the special class, as to referred to in the skill tree, first and special class. With Asin, he has multiple different types of combos, even just in the Disciple skill tree. First thing we're going to look at is the different special abilities that he has. The first one is Razor Air Kick, which I don't think they're going to do anything with this. Infinite Hand, or Striking Snake Onslaught, which is, if you remember right, this is actually something that is referenced to Jin in his Rama. It's his first special that he does. Hanuman, which is another name that was derived from Jin as well, but it's a different form because, you know, the kicks are 3 successive kicks that Jin does, and they're all rotating as he moves forward. Fire Drop, or Smashing Hands. I didn't really care for this skill too much. I didn't actually utilize this one either. Bamboo Swallows, which is a really good move for Asin. That's his third skill. And then, of course, you have Eastern Rain Liquid Jade. Eastern Rain Liquid Jade was definitely really powerful back then. I don't know if it's still going to have the same type of effect. And then Circle of the Heavens. I don't know if they're going to continue utilizing this special either. So when it comes to the different abilities that he has as far as his combos go, one move that I know is probably going to get, it may get a nerf, it may get some type of cooldown. KOG, if you're listening, if you're watching this, KOG, please don't let us down on this one. Please don't take away what needs to stay. It'd be greatly appreciated if you just don't mess with it. It's not real. I mean, if you put it in PvP, that's fine. PvP is hot garbage now anyways. I really don't want to play PvP. But don't mess it up in PvE. Thank you. If you're listening to this, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please don't do it. Alright, so the first one is Flowing Double Kick. This move is utilized whenever you successfully put in an input of ZZ, which is just his first little 2 strikes that he does. And if you hit up, he would then disappear behind the enemy and do the Flowing Kick. This move did not have a cooldown in Vanilla Grand Chase days, but it does have a cooldown in PvP, just not PvE. So hopefully they maintain that, what they've kept with that particular skill. The next one is going to be Coursing Steps. Now this is the controversial one. Coursing Steps was his ability to strike up, no matter how many hits he's done, whatever the case is, you can then tap backwards for him to step backwards. And then you can hit Z to do a counterattack and come back and hit again. So it's like its own way of, let me get out of you striking at me, like, you know, the enemy. If it's, let's say, if it's like, I don't know, the Black Knight Spearman that they have, if he's about to strike, you would hit, back up, he does his strike, and then as you back up, you hit Z again after that strike is over to counter it, which is really nice because it's also a continuation of a combo. And that's what I really wanted. So, I hope that they don't touch Coursing Steps. I don't think they're going to, but if they do, yeah, well, they do. As far as first job goes, there's only one other thing that I know that they're going to try and mess with, and that's just me personally, and that would be Pressure Point. So Pressure Point has 3 grades. The first one is going to be lowering the enemy's defense by 100% for 10 seconds, and it's literally just that one pressure point that he does. The second one is 2 pressure points. Now it's a additional 2-hit attack that lowers the defense and attack of the enemy by 100% and 50% respectively for 10 seconds. And then the final one. In the dungeons, it's a 3-hit attack that lowers the defense and attack of the enemy by 150% and 50% respectively, and inflicts continuous HP loss for 10 seconds. The HP loss really wasn't that overpowered back in the day. It could do a good considerable amount of damage, but you combine Pressure Point 1 with Eastern Rain Liquid Jade, which is the 4th special, and you get a tremendous amount of damage that could be conducted from this. Now, I would say they're probably going to nerf Pressure Point. They're probably going to nerf it. It's way too strong. The ability for them to be able to take down bosses of like 130, 140 bar calibers, it's really easy for them, Asin, to hit that pressure point, Eastern Rain Liquid Jade, and drop at least 50, 60 bars, maybe more, just depending on how much your TA is. Mine back in the day really wasn't based on pressure point, I'm going to be honest with you, so if they take away pressure point, I'll still be able to live with it. And that is what I'm about to explain to you, why I'll still be able to live with it. So now we're going to move on to Asin's special class, which is Mugen, or also known as Dragon God or Ryujin, whatever you want to call it. I call it Mugen because that's what it's called here. So, second job, Mugen. Now, this job is a little bit more nimble, like what I did there. I used nimble. And I'm going to explain why. So, second job has introduced a few new skills to this fray that we're utilizing. In this skill tree, you have Chaotic Storm. Back then, Chaotic Storm really didn't do much. It was more of a defend yourself from something that's fixing to happen kind of thing. It did have basically like, it looks like Neji's rotation from Naruto. So you do the rotation, a little water thing pops up above the enemy, and then after a few seconds, it explodes, causing explosive damage. It's an instant attack. Once that explosion hits, it's not a constant, it's just an instant, as soon as it pops. Now, Awakened Shooting Star or Shaolin Meteor Kick, that was a decent one. My favorite though is this next one, King's Wrath, also known as Dragon Scales. Dragon Scales is a very high ranged attack that he has with this special, because it shoots up 5 massive waterfalls, or water pillars as they say. It's not really falling, it would be pillars, that shoot up from the ground and they cause a lot of damage. If you have high TA again, and high crit chance and crit damage, I'm guaranteeing you this will be a really, really high output, especially if it's on a boss like Burkus, and that all of those water pillars will hit Burkus. That should be a lot of damage. Now, I don't think that they're going to do anything with this, but I could be wrong. They could nerf it, and then they could come back later and then buff it. KOG has not done a really good job at listening to their fan base, and I'm sorry, KOG, if you're watching this, I apologize, but I really hope you're listening when we say, please don't mess up Asin. It is 100% imperative that we don't mess up Asin. Moving on. Again, Eastern Rain Liquid Jade, Circle of the Heavens. Now, we're going to come up to the skill tree because the difference between Disciple and Mugen is speed. And the way that I say this is because you not only get all of the specials that you had before, flowing, coursing steps, the MP recoveries, and strengthened bodies and all that stuff, but you're also getting what's called nimble style, or nimble stances is what they're called. You have dragon style, serpent style, crane style, and tigress style. Now, the reason why these are really important is because the faster you move with Asin, the faster you can utilize these, get yourself out of situations. We are all familiar with Jin in Rama. He has the ability to dash, attack, use his X where he goes into his stance. You hit up, he does falling sky. If you hit Z, it's rapid fire. You can also do back, so he'll do a backflip, or down, and then he'll do his little thing where he does the Z down move where he basically shadow steps behind. You can combine many different methods to try and utilize Jin, especially as Rama, because that's how lethal he is. Asin is no different. Asin can be using Dragon style and Serpent style in comparison with one another. So you'll be hitting ZZX, that gets you into Dragon style. You do a critical attack, and then you turn it into Tigress style. Or excuse me, that's Yeah, it is X after critical / double hit. And that's when you basically come back to it again. But you can repeat those two from dragon to tigers, dragon to tigers, dragon to tigers. Now, if you do a dash and you hit ZX, now you're in serpent style. After you've done serpent style, there's a number of things you can do. If you hit up, he does this crescent kick, which I believe, yep, right here, crescent sweep. Crescent sweep is just basically a backflip that he does while utilizing a strong kick that will knock the enemies up in the air. Over the crescent, which is when you do it again, but you hit down instead of up, you will actually do a flip away from that particular location. So he'll dash, he'll do his little thing with ZX, and you hit down, he'll backflip out of it, and he'll be up in the air with his hands suspended, ready to do yet another, like a drop kick, or he could just be dashing out of it. So you can utilize that to be able to get away with it. So like I'm saying is, if you utilize these stances the proper way, Asin can be lethal. 100% he can be lethal. So just to kind of wrap things up, because at this point we really don't know what's going to happen, but this is my anticipation video. This is what I wanted to do, because next week I'm going to do a release of a video for Asin when he actually comes out, to go over the different things that I've seen after getting him to level 85 and getting him on all Relic Phantom Phoenix gear. This is just me basically saying what I feel is going to happen. They are going to nerf him. I know they're going to. I hope they don't take coursing steps, because that's part of Asin's makeup of his character. The same thing with flowing kick. That's the makeup of his character. And I really don't want them to put any type of cooldown on it, because there's no reason. He's only got 2 jobs. He doesn't have 4 like everyone else so far that's come before. He's only got the 2. Now, one thing I will say, and this is kind of a little side piece that I kind of want to talk about. We're all familiar, maybe, with Grand Chase Dimensional Chaser. If we go to the characters and we find Asin in this list of characters, there's different types of jobs it looks like that he has here, as far as like your what do you call them, I mean, I don't play this game, so I don't really know, but your evolution. Here we go, 5-star, 6-star breakthrough, and soul imprint. So this right here looks just like our famed disciple. This one right here looks a little bit more advanced than our Mugen. And then these two look incredible. I like the way that they look. So they're called the Last Successor, which fits his cage because Asin was the name of the master that taught him what he knows. Also Jin as well. So Last Successor really works. Blue Fox of Canavan, that's his nickname. Fist of Infinity, that's really cool. I don't, obviously there's no relation to it right now, but there could be. And then Sage of the Blue Moon. That right there is pretty cool to me as well. So, I mean, it really just depends, right? It really does just depend. Well, that's all I can really talk about right now, because Asin's not out. He comes out next week, like I said. It's going to basically be paying attention to March 30th. It's literally 1 week from today. And as soon as he comes out, if you guys really want to see somebody who puts their nose to the grindstone, especially for Asin, because that is, without a doubt, my favorite character in all of Grand Chase, please come by the stream. I'm going to leave in the description below, I'm going to leave a link to my Twitch. We are currently 8 followers away from 500. At the accomplishment of the 500 followers, I will be initiating a 24-hour charity stream, and it's all going to be, the charity is going to be donations to go towards the support of Ukraine. That's what I'm going to be doing. So, other than that, I really appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching this video. Like I said, if you enjoy it, I might do a couple more of these. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of doing Grand Chase videos. I've got the quality cam for it though, so it looks good. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty nice looking. I got out of the shower not too long ago, so my hair's kind of not cooperating with me really well. But it's okay. But if you guys like them, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you did like it, give me maybe a recommendation of another video that you want me to do as far as Grand Chase goes. And I'll do a whole series on these things. I'm only doing this for Asin though right now, or at this point, because like I said, Asin is my favorite character of all of Grand Chase. If you liked the video, press the like button, subscribe. I'm going to leave a link in the description for my Twitch. Like I said, we're 8 followers away from that 24-hour stream for charity. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning, your day, whatever time of the day it is for you. Remember that I want to give back to the world that gave to me. and then I'll see you guys in the next video.